Are you prepared for this autumn?
I always wear t-shirt.
We are currently in the dead of autumn.
You can experience an atmospheric weather.
The wind outside goes like zhzh. In Russia, we had a Teacher's Day on the 5th of October.
I wanted to ask you something, like how do you usually celebrate it in Russia?
I think we don't.
Autumn leaves. Yes.
Big Apple. Hello and welcome to our Big Apple School Podcast, the one where we discuss the life, the universe, and everything. And the main goal of this podcast is to improve your listening skills. And today we have me, Егор, and
Ayub,
and
Ugur.
Oh, it's so good to see you guys. It's so nice to see you guys here. And it's so nice to have our listeners and viewers back. Welcome back.
Very nice to see you too.
Yeah, likewise.
So the topic of our today's episode is autumn in Siberia. And for our listeners and viewers, currently at the moment when we're recording this podcast, wind outside goes like or more like
Yeah, it's a nip in the air.
Yeah. From what I've checked, it's like -3. Like
yeah, -3.
-3.
Yeah.
But there is no snow yet.
Yeah,
It will be.
Yeah.
but I think the real feel is much lower than that.
Most probably, yeah.
So with this cold weather coming, I wanted to actually ask, are you prepared for this autumn?
Not at all.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
How does one prepare for autumn? So since you're saying that you're not prepared, I guess you have something in mind. What should be prepared? What should be done?
Well, in terms of clothing, all right, you can say that I have been faced with this like Indian summer in Siberia. So today is cold, tomorrow is hot, so you don't know what to wear the next day. So this makes it difficult to choose what to wear and what to buy.
Yeah.
Compared to my country, for example, we have something very specific for autumn, very specific for winter, But in Siberia, it feels more like you need to, by the end of October, for example, or mid-October, you need to buy winter clothes for autumn, according to me, because I was living in my country, Algeria, and it's much warmer there.
I think Indian summer is the period which actually gives you the false feeling of safety. You kind of think, it's going to last for about like 2 weeks more or something. And then suddenly the cold weather hits it.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
I always wear t-shirt, so it doesn't matter for me. But today I felt like it was
But
a bit...
today you decided like not to wear shorts.
Yeah, exactly. I decided to wear my hoodie, so the winter is coming, but a specific winter clothing needs to be purchased in the following weeks. So like any kind of thermal clothing or like protectives would be great for the couple of months. Most probably in 2 weeks' time, it's gonna feel like winter, but we'll be still in autumn. So, yeah.
Compared to Turkey, how do you feel about autumn? I mean,
our autumn's like around 23, 24 degrees.
That's like summer.
It's like summer. So our winter time starts literally around like the mid-December.
wow.
So we don't need to wear any protectives or any winter clothing until that period of time. So basically, I remember I was wearing my shorts late November. So that's why I'm kind of like still wearing the t-shirt and everything. So
Yeah. Even when I first came to Russia, I mean, especially here in Novosibirsk, okay, I was wearing like summer clothes in my country. And when I arrived to Novosibirsk, I was wearing winter clothes. So, imagine.
I think since you're like foreigners, but you're prepared foreigners, so you're probably informed that the winter in general, it lasts for about 8 months.
Yay.
Yeah, like starting from November, I would say, and ending in March at the very best, I would say. The regular September weather in the European part of Russia, this is what we have in the second part of August. Like the leaves start falling, it's getting yellower and yellower around.
Yeah.
it's more kind of conventional autumn time in the European part of Russia, I guess, right? Compared to here, yeah.
I have a friend, she's currently living in Portugal, and she showed me photos and videos of the weather there. And sometimes, or at least a couple of weeks back, it looked like pretty much the same weather as in Siberia. She's planning to buy some pumpkins.
Wow.
like for the whole family. Like she told me maybe about 10 pumpkins for the whole apartment, like for the whole flat. What about you?
My mom is dealing that kind of decoration things mostly, but I'm not into it that much. So, okay, welcome, autumn. All right.
I have none of that actually.
Yeah.
I don't take it into consideration at all.
No, mom is collecting like a small pumpkins, like different colors, different shapes, and she's decorating the house, kind of. But I never been into it.
I usually start decorating when the winter comes. When when it first snows, I put some lights, and stuff, like inside the house, just to feel the atmosphere. But for autumn, I have never taken it into consideration.
So you don't put the garland of garlic above your bed or something?
It smells, man.
It's an old Russian tradition, I would say.
We have it in my country, actually, this one, yeah. We have it, yeah.
The garlics?
Garlics, yes. Garlic and some peppers, But it's not about decoration. We just put them...
To dry
hang
out.
them to dry, yes. And since they give that beautiful scenery,
And smell.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So,
but not inside the houses, actually.
it should be outside, like a balcony or something,
exactly,
right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I've seen it only in the movies, so don't look at me like that.
Anyway, in the movies it was about vampires.
Right.
So, don't forget to put some garlic in your house.
Okay, I will.
At least some garlic powder.
Okay, all right. I'll just put it in my pocket, so I can spray it. Yeah.
We are currently in the dead of autumn. There's this phrase, in the dead of winter, which means...
The end of it.
Beginning?
The middle.
The middle.
The coldest. Yeah, the coldest.
Okay.
The period.
The dead of the
winter.
autumn.
No. I mean, the original phrase is the dead of winter, the coldest, the middle of winter.
Yeah.
And we're currently in the middle of autumn. So I guess you have achieved something since the beginning of autumn. Like you have completed some goals or have visited some places or have started something new.
I have nearly completed my Miro project that I have assigned to. So it's kind of like, it was an assignment. So
from our Big Apple School.
Yeah, from our Big Apple School Speak Out project. So
for our students.
Yeah, for our students, I was working. Yay.
Yeah.
And it took 2 weeks. So literally all of October, let's say.
So how do you feel about yourself?
I'm okay. I'm proud of myself. So yeah, I've done it. No. I have still a couple of things to do, but 95% of is over. Yeah.
Well, since our project, haven't started yet, I have completed some lesson reports.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's a joke, by the way. So,
what about you?
Ooh, nothing.
Let's go.
Nothing. Not my. No, I mean, I've completed my reports, but I would say that the biggest thing, the biggest change in my life is that I changed my workplace. Like I'm currently with you guys with Big Apple School, and I'm actually happy with this shift in my life. Like this is the biggest shift, like during the last couple of years. And what is autumn in life of a teacher? So you see. Previously, I just don't know if you know, guys, but I was working in a state school and after that, somewhere else. But the thing is that usually summer is the period when teachers have vacation. And when the autumn begins, like this is when the real work begins in the life of a teacher. So is it the same about you?
Yeah, I guess so. So I had 1 full month of vacation during the summertime. So I worked at the end of it and I worked at the beginning of the summer for a while. But it was kind of a vacation time for summer. So at the beginning of the autumn, the new semester started. So it's kind of a new term, new students, a new kind of lesson planning. So it's kind of a cycle. So most of the time I feel like at the end of the summer, at the beginning of the autumn, it's kind of a new year, a new semester for the school. Yeah.
Yeah, I think autumn brings more action to the teachers, you can say. Yeah. The action starts actually in autumn because students come back to school in this time, it's the end of their vacations. Exactly. So it starts having more work and it's actually puts you in action, which is something good, And it makes you feel like you are preparing for the next term and, to help people, develop their English and stuff.
And recently in Russia, I actually know, maybe it's an international holiday. In Russia, we had a Teacher's Day on the 5th of October.
Yeah.
Or why do you look like you hear about it for the first time?
No. I was thinking about the date is completely different in Turkey. So
What's the
it's
date?
then 24th of November.
But still autumn? Okay.
It's still autumn, yes, and it's Teacher's Day, but the date is different. So I was thinking about that. But yeah,
So
happy
you-
Teacher's Day.
I wanted to ask you something, like how do you usually celebrate it in Russia?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think we don't. So the thing is that it's the holiday which happens kind of in the middle of the process. So there is no time to stop.
While we're working.
Yeah. There is no time to stop, to think about it, to just like reflect on what is happening around you. So usually it happens like on the closest date to this holiday, your students come to your lesson. If you are nice to them and if they are nice to you, they congratulate you. If you're extremely nice to them and they are extremely nice to you, they are going to give you some chocolate. I wouldn't say my best present because all of the presents that my students give me are the best. Like I love all my students equally, but I would say the most memorable one was the full-sized golden handgun with golden bullets. I mean, outside it looked like gold, it covered in gold, but inside it was chocolate, a chocolate handgun. Like,
Oh my. Okay.
yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Imagine my face at the moment when I received this gift. Yeah, a
Okay.
chocolate handgun.
Okay. All right. But yeah, it's a memorable.
Yeah,
gift.
so they give you the chocolate. You say, "Oh, that's so nice." I don't have enough words to express the gratitude to my students. This is how it goes. Then you go home. If you're a lady, you may get some flowers,
Yeah.
and that's it.
When I was working in Turkey, my students used to give me some stuff like some letters, some poems. I remember one of my students gave me like
That's
she painted something and I gave it to me. Like she asked me, "Teacher, what do you like?" I said, "I like the moon, I like the night, And she painted something alike and she gave it to me. She was a child. And other students, they used to, as I said before, they write poetry in English, letters, stuff like this. Also, I remember they gave me a ruler, teacher's ruler with my name on it.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was
Ayub
lovely.
the ruler.
Yeah, so they take it seriously. I mean, that's what I meant by celebration. And even between us as teachers, we used to do some things like we go like outside, celebrate.
That's what happened when I was working in Vietnam. Instead of the students, the parents of the students, they were taking us out of dinner or like going to sushi or just a bar to just drink a couple of beers or something.
Nice.
Yeah, instead of the students, we were dealing with the parents. So,
But in terms of parents and students, you see, it's rare when students have their own money. So if they present something to you, it usually still comes from the parents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should
But I
keep
mean,
that
a
in mind.
letter or a poem, it's good also. It doesn't require.
Yeah, poems are
money.
great and pictures are great. I've received some, but actually not on the Teacher's Day. I guess on the more like just on regular occasions, just some students wanted to express their gratitude.
So this is the point. My question was actually related to how students see it, not
What do
as
you mean?
teachers. So what do students do during Teacher's Day?
Well, I guess some of them just forget about it, and it's perfectly fine. Just like, oops, today is the Teacher's Day. All right, maybe
That's
next
okay.
time. Next year, I'll have another chance.
I see,
There
I
is
see.
always another year. And it's, I mean, there should be no grudge about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't do my work for thank you. I do it for
No,
money.
it's we are discussing some intercultural topics.
Right.
So that's, for example, in my country we celebrate it, but we don't take it seriously, just like Russia actually. But still we celebrate it. We don't take a day off. We work, but
the
we
same.
congratulate each other. Stuff like
same
this.
in Turkey, like flowers mostly for the female teachers and for the males, or I thank you teacher. Happy Teacher's Day. That's it. So not something like
I remembered one case, like once in the morning I came to the classroom and to the girls for the class, they drew Happy Teacher's Day on the board with some decorations, with some exquisite, I don't know, marks in the corners of this board. So yeah, that was super nice and I didn't expect this. So yeah, just some of them they don't prepare anything special. It's not like we celebrate it, but yeah, we just say, I guess it's just a day to express gratitude mostly.
Yeah. So this is what we talked about autumn, autumn action.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is one of the festivities we can speak about, like during autumn. But there are many more festivities in the world which people celebrate in autumn. So I wanted to ask you about some festivities that you have in your countries during autumn. But before that, I would like to remind ourselves and to our listeners that there are some other places in the world where people celebrate some holidays. And what do you know and what do you think about them? For example, the first one that comes to mind is in Mexico. They have Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
The Day of the
Dead.
As far as I remember, it's celebrated not in September, I guess in November. Yeah, in November.
Yeah, somewhere between.
Have you been there?
No,
not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I see what you did there.
But I worked with some Mexicans and
What kind of
Mexicans.
work was that? As a teacher?
English teacher in Turkey. They were my colleagues, and they told me about it, and they told me that not all people celebrate it, by the way. Not all of them. Some people, like in some modern cities, they don't take it seriously.
They're too far from their roots.
Yeah, but still, they say that during that day or maybe a week, something like this. I'm not sure about how long it takes, but they told me that you can see the festival outside.
The parade.
People, people wearing some masks, some
Makeup.
some costumes, makeup. Yeah.
Piñatas and everything. So that kind of
Piñata.
piñata,
I think actually the costumes, they look great.
Yeah.
This is the first thing that comes to mind when I think about this festivity.
Elegance,
Yeah. Also, I don't know, there is some charm behind the celebration of the dead.
Keeping the bad souls away, kind of.
Yeah. But I think this is the main idea of all these life and death celebrations, like to keep the bad things away. Talking about the good and bad and like life and death. In India, there is also Diwali celebration, which is, as far as I know, it's the celebration of good over evil. And Diwali, like somewhere in its name, there is the word for lamp or light or oil lamp, oil light, something. And they use a lot of light, like these little candles to lit the room, the place where they're at, to symbolize how good things are stronger than the bad things.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Diwali?
No.
You don't look very excited about it.
As far as I know, the Indian culture is a mixture of many ethnicities and many subcultures, you can say. So I haven't heard about this before, to be honest. Yeah.
Also, another thing about Diwali, from what I remember, for them, it's kind of like the main celebration of the year. Like,
The first one. Or
in a way, like, in Russia, the main celebration of the year is probably New Year. Yeah.
The New Year,
Yeah, so this is kind of, every culture, I guess, has this main celebration where they celebrate the beginning of new and the end of old. So yeah, Diwali, it's like this kind of celebration for them. I guess we shouldn't forget about my guy, Guy Fawkes. Guy Fawkes night. No,
Come on, what is it?
He was an English revolutionary. He plotted against the king, Guy Fawkes. He wanted to create some explosion. He wanted to blow up the parliament, and he was caught.
Vendetta?
Well, it was based on the story about Guy. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
It was based on this real story. Guy Fawkes. He plotted against the king, but he failed.
Remember the 5th
But before
of
he
November.
failed, he had prepared barrels with gunpowder, with explosives, which weren't used. Still, since that day, on the 5th of November, English people, they're like, hoo-hoo, we caught the revolutionary, so let's blow up some fireworks. Let's do some fireworks. Guy Fawkes, thank you for the fireworks.
All right,
So it became a
V400.
celebration or what?
Yeah.
After that.
yeah.
The memorial.
In a way, yeah. I struggle to say what is the real relationship between a common English citizen and the revolutionary from the 19th, 18th century, something
I guess,
like whether they support his actions or do they go against. But still, yeah, they celebrate. And so, yeah, just the
5th of
reason for some
November,
fireworks. 5th of November, yeah. So, V for Vendetta, you were saying.
Yeah.
What about it?
That's the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So people were wearing the masks.
Yeah, this modern Guy Fawkes mask.
Yeah, with the
Anonymous.
mustache and everything. So I remember that guy from that movie. So
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it. It was, I guess, it was made by Wachowski brothers. No?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. Not brothers anymore. They're not brothers anymore.
Right.
Let's say sister and brother. Yeah.
Celebration is, of course, the Thanksgiving Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course, it's famous Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Religiously attached, I guess. Right?
Is it?
As far as I know, I don't know.
Maybe
so
anyway.
you're just showing your gratitude for the things that you have, and you ask for more and everything from the creator or whoever that is. Yeah.
You
guess.
strengthen your family bonds with others.
Yeah, kind of. It has a religious context too, I guess. And
Yes.
kill an animal and eat it after that. So yeah, it's kind of ironic, but yeah, why not?
Yeah, I guess it's the circle of life.
Yeah.
Kind of you take to survive,
Yeah.
and then you say thank you. It's kind of like you give it back. So I was actually surprised at one moment to find out that it's not only the American celebration, but it's also celebrated in Germany, in Philippines, in some part of Australia. Well, obviously in Canada, but yeah, like in these parts.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah. Basically, if I'm not wrong, but I think it's related to Christianity.
It's Catholic, I guess.
Yeah, because even in
yeah.
the United States, they have it also Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
So coming back to festivals, we have like a special festival in Algeria, but I will explain first. So Algeria is a multicultural region. It's very big, the biggest country in Africa. We have the southern part where it is actually very, very, you can say that it has some deep culture, because before
Local.
Algeria formed,
Local.
such tribes were still there, and they are still there right now, okay? So since we modernized the North African continent and stuff, okay? So we separated into countries. In the past it was called Numidia, now it is Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, and okay? So these tribes, they had different cultures, okay? And they used to do, to have like a festival under the harvest of the moon. By the way, this is an idiom that means like, so there is a period in time, okay, in autumn, where the sunset and the moonrise are very approximate to each other. In history, during that time, when the farmer sees this, it means it's time to harvest the crops and stuff, okay? Or anything they want to harvest. So in my country, they made it a bit cultural. So they harvest the dates from the palm trees, and they invite all the other regions to come and celebrate. So it's like the start of a new year for them. I know that the new year starts in the 1st of January, but for us in that like deep culture, the new era, you can say, it starts there, you know? So they harvest, they meet each other from different cultures, subcultures. They have fun, you know, they have some feasts, you can say.
All right.
Yeah. I haven't been to one, to be honest, but I know that it's called Sibiba.
The name of the holiday.
Yeah, it's called Sibiba.
For our listeners of Big Apple School Podcast, could you please, like for the ones who haven't been to Africa nor Algeria, could you please explain what shift is happening there during autumn? Like, because I guess for many people, Africa and the territories around Sahara, they know about them like as deserted, like desert territory. But it's not like this.
No, it's not.
Tell them about it.
Well, if I speak about my country, people say something about it who visit. It's like you can find every continent in Algeria, just like in Russia. For example, many of my Russian students, I asked them a question, do you have deserts here? They said, no, but you actually have many deserts. You can Google it and you will find them. The thing about Algeria, the biggest part of Algeria is a desert. But we have a series of mountains called Tell.
Okay.
It is very greeny. It snows there. Okay, it's a very fresh, dry weather. Okay, no humidity, so it's a very good weather to live in. Very natural, and it is a mountainous like region. Then you go to the far north of my country, which is the coastline of the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, so it is the same like in like Antalya in Turkey or Izmir. Okay, so it is hot during the summer. Cool, you can say cool during the autumn. Then you can say not cool, maybe warm. Yeah, maybe a little bit warm. Okay, little bit warm. Then it becomes cooler, and in December the real cold comes with winter. So it reaches 0 degrees, stuff like this. Then in April or March, the spring comes and it starts blooming, like fresh weather, 25 degrees, 22 degrees, very good, like you feel good about it, okay? And this cycle happens again. Like we have specific formats for each season. Yeah. And the best place to live in Algeria is the far north or the like mountainous region. Yeah.
Well, for some people, I guess it might be a revelation. It may be obvious for you because you've spent time there, but for some people, like, maybe I
it
should
happened
go to
to me.
Algeria.
One of my students was surprised. He thought I was lying to him. So when I told him that it snows in Algeria, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't believe it. And when I speak about snow, it's like real snow, like very deep snow, you can say.
All right.
Yeah. In the region where my father was born, it was the mountainous area. For me, I was born in the western side of the northern side of Algeria. Okay, so northwest. My city is Oran. But where my father was born, sometimes they send the military to help the firefighters to remove the snow.
Okay.
Very
it's a deep snow.
Deep snow, yes.
Okay.
Just last year, I remember like there were 5 guys who got lost in a mountainous area
Because of the blizzard and
yes.
snow.
They were lost and dead. They died, unfortunately.
That's not something you expect from an African territory.
Yeah, it's
All right.
surprising,
Yeah.
Most of my students know Turkey and they've been there and they're visiting Turkey periodically and I guess they know lots of things about Turkey, but I can say we have specific 4 seasons, like a definitive 4 seasons, like autumn, winter, like in spring.
But what does it look like in autumn? Just express it.
All right.
With big strokes.
Okay. If you go to Istanbul during the autumn time, you can experience an atmospheric weather. So the leaves, the red, orange, yellow, green leaves, you can see all the colors of the earth. And the weather is around like 23, 24 degrees, not cold. You can just wear your shorts or your t-shirt. You can wander around and you can just sit on the coastline of Bosphorus, have your cup of tea or coffee and enjoy the scenery. So that would be nice to be there right now. But whoever wants to go there, all right, go there, guys. So Istanbul in autumn time is great.
So previously when I mentioned Algeria, this is what I meant. Since we have different climates in different regions, okay, with different geography.
Like in a single country.
So you can experience autumn differently in each city you go to. That's the point.
Okay.
So I cannot be like very specific about like, these colorful trees and...
Yeah, same in Turkey. Like in Antalya, Kemer or Alanya area, there's literally no autumn. So they're still like swimming there. So the temperature is still high and you don't experience so much rainfall. So the winter comes around like January there. You can even swim in January. Yeah. So,
I mean, people swim in January in Siberia.
I know. But the temperature is not the same. So that's what I'm saying.
I mean, the pleasure which you get is different.
Yes.
The level of pleasure.
Was it Ivan Kupala?
No, John the Baptist. It's on the 7th of July, actually. And that's when people spray water on just passers-by. The one you're speaking about, it's called walrusing. Like walrus, the animal. So the process is called like walrusing.
Transforming yourself to a walrus.
I tried that by
inside.
the way.
Inside. I am the walrus.
I tried it. I tried it last year. So I was in this spa. It's called Muertos spa. And I tried the Russian sauna and different saunas there, like the Finnish and the salt sauna and stuff. Okay. Then I was challenged to jump into frozen water.
Did you do that?
I did.
Oh, my baby. Okay.
Listen,
Look at
it's
this
not
beautiful
as
man.
yeah, it's really beautiful. You know what's the thing about it? It doesn't feel like you imagine. Just the beginning, you can feel that frost in the beginning, but later you will feel fresh. You can say, because you were in a very hot place, then you go to that place and you feel like you are reborn, you know?
Reborn.
Yeah.
The closest to this experience is like when you go to sauna, like a Russian sauna. We have actually a couple of good places, guys. So if you are looking for a good Russian sauna, I can take it to you. So you go to a sauna, you heat up your body, and after that you go outside and you pull the thread, and there is a bucket of water, of cold ice cold water
I saw that,
is splashing on you. So yeah, pretty much the same feeling. However, the experience wouldn't be complete unless you first use, a special broom. Like there is a special guy called Banshik.
Banshik.
Yeah, Banshik. So he hits you with this birch trees branches, like and so you kind of feel like your muscles are full of blood. And after that, you go outside, you pull this thread, you have a bucket of ice water on you, and after that, you go to a special bath called kupel.
Which is ice water?
No. And it's the water of approximately body temperature, and you feel like you're floating in the zero gravity. Now this is it.
This is a good experience.
Yeah.
So, speaking of autumn, all right, do you do such things in autumn?
I mean, Russian sauna, if we speak about it, it's a part of Russian culture, so it's not really connected with any specific season.
So you can do it anytime you want.
Oh, yeah.
I see.
Yeah. But I mean, of course, it would be problematic to jump in the snow after Russian sauna. Like there is also this tradition in summer. But yeah, like just going to a sauna, it's just like you could do it almost every day if you want. I mean, previously when people didn't have showers, sauna was the only, except for the river, the only way to just wash your body.
So
it's part of the Russian culture to be clean. Anyway, okay, so coming back to the topic of festivities, there are two more which I'd like to speak about. And briefly, don't forget, there is Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
And currently it's October. However, it's finished. And I was telling her about it. I'm always surprised by the fact that Oktoberfest starts in September. Yeah, it ends in the beginning of October, but still. And that was actually always my dream to go to Oktoberfest. Like maybe one day. And another one, of course, Halloween.
Oh, Halloween, yeah.
Yeah, so we started speaking about pumpkins, but still, I think Halloween is a bigger topic to discuss because it's not only about pumpkins. So, do you celebrate Halloween?
Watching horror movies, that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Your favorite horror movies for our listeners of Big Apple School Podcast.
Or costume parties, that would work. Yeah.
Scary movie, it's called.
It's more of a comedy movie.
Okay, but anyway,
Slashers.
What was the original movie? Because I
Scream.
forgot it. Scream. Scream
Slasher.
or Saw.
The one with
also.
the knife.
I also watched
Saw is also good. That's
Saw, don't know.
Jigsaw.
gore.
Jigsaw.
Jigsaw. Saw, yeah.
So they like the name of the movie is Saw, but the original was Jigsaw.
Yeah. I watched all parts.
Yeah.
Like I think the first one was the best.
Yeah.
I mean, just the psychological
There
thriller.
was also The Ring. Maybe you watched it.
Yeah,
Ringo.
I
Ring
watched
was
both
one
of
of-
them, the
yeah.
American and the Japanese one. And actually, I watched the Japanese one maybe only a couple of years ago for the first time. However,
Which one's better, do you think?
Obviously, I think the answer is obvious.
I would say
1, 2, 3.
Japanese. Japanese, yeah, of course.
Okay, I was about to say the American one. So.
American is good. No, I mean,
That was good.
it's a great movie, but Japanese is just deeper. I am actually into Japanese horror movies and Japanese horror games. And generally, I can't say I'm into Japanese culture. I'm not a big fan of anime, sorry.
Yeah, me neither. No. I don't.
Right,
I don't
but
follow.
Japanese horror, what I like about it, and Asian horror in general.
South Korean too. Yeah.
You don't know what is going to happen next. These are the
Unexpected,
products of a different culture, and they're based on different folklore, and you just don't know what would be the next movement of the monster. What
so
would
they
be
make
the
it unpredictable.
for me, at least for a Western. So yeah, talking about Japanese horrors and favorite autumn pastime activities. Currently, I'm playing a video game called Silent Hill 2: The Remake.
Oh,
Have you heard of it?
I played the old one on PlayStation 1, I think.
Yeah, I know the
PlayStation
previous
1, yes,
version.
it
Well, the
was the
first
first.
part was on PS1.
Yeah, PlayStation. It was a long time ago.
So I'm a big fan of Silent Hills, so it's a big event for me, and this autumn is special for me because I'm playing the remake. And it's it was made by Polish developers, but it's based on Japanese horror game. Yeah, so I'm a big fan, especially because of the music, and this music gives me this autumn atmosphere. The composer Akira Yamaoka, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Like, he has these different vibes in the soundtrack, which are perfect to listen to during the autumn. Like, for example, if you're in the melancholic mood, he has these alternative rock tracks, like some sad guitar tracks.
Riffs,
Yeah, but if you're in the angry autumn mood, it goes like, but it's not the guitar. It's
Death
just
metal.
No. It's banging on some, like, imagine banging on some metal bucket. Something like, so, these noise tracks.
Cool.
But also there are ambient tracks and trip hop tracks. So even if you're not into horror genre, or even if you're not into video games in general, I highly recommend you to listen to his music. Like that's
noted.
Yeah, that's really major. Entrance about the autumn pastime activities. That's what I'm currently doing now during autumn, because outside it's kind of like chilly, and in the game you have this heavy fog. So what about you guys? What are you doing this autumn?
Yeah, there is actually something special about seasons, and some seasons push you to, or give you the feeling of doing something different. For example, during autumn, I see autumn more poetic, and this is the inspiration that it gives me about
that
poems,
society,
about about writing, about some thriller movies. You can say playing some games like Hogwarts Legacy.
Are you currently playing Hogwarts Legacy?
I am, yes, I am. But I play it like every weekend, maybe Sundays, sometimes But the thing is, it gives you the chill of the autumn atmosphere, I don't know why they are compatible. So this is something I couldn't explain.
I think I've played it briefly, and from what I remember, there is the change of the seasons in this game, yeah?
Yes, but still, the game itself, the magic,
that's a great track.
It's magic, and it's brownish.
Exactly,
and Hogwarts, or at least the beginning of stories about Harry Potter, they always started with autumn. So I think autumn is the perfect time for Harry Potter to rewatch, reread or something.
Yeah.
To go back into this universe.
So that's the point. Like, I don't know why it gives you this feeling,
The feeling.
Yeah. What about you, Ur?
I mostly watch movies and series and read as much as I can. So I don't have any kind of special ritual specific for the season. So I am doing what I usually do. So after the lessons, after the teaching job, all right, read something or watch a series or a movie.
But do your activities differ after each season is ended? For example, summer ended, now it's autumn, your activities may change a bit? Or no?
Yeah, I don't spend so much time outside as you guys said. So it's chilly outside, like comparing with the summertime. All right, summertime, long walks, evening walks or morning walks, whatever, if I can just wake up. But right now, it's not easy to just go outside because the wind is howling, blowing so hard, and it's kind of getting chillier. So it's better to stay at home, watch something, and take a nap while watching it. Maybe that's more pleasurable. I don't know.
There is one more place where you could be protected from this cold wind during autumn. This is the Big Apple School.
Yeah, you can come anytime you want.
We will hit you up. We have some tea, hot tea, always some hot coffee.
Exactly.
So you were speaking about movies. Do you have any special movie recommendations or TV show recommendations for autumn atmosphere?
Autumn atmosphere. Anything like a romantic comedy genre or chick flick genre would work. But you remember I mentioned Richard Gere's movie Autumn in New York. So that was one of the definitive genre of the sadness, romanticism of the autumn time. Any kind of thriller series or movies would go. I would recommend Seven from David Fincher. It's a kind of autumn movie because it's raining all the time during the film. So Seven would work. And there was another movie called Legends of the Fall with Anthony Hopkins and Brad Pitt. It's an old kind of westernish kind of movie, but it's cool. So you can go for that. What about the series? Go for Brooklyn Nine-Nine from the top. So that would work. Like apart from the season, you can just go for it. I don't know.
So you've mentioned rom-coms, and I think the one that gives me the biggest, I think it's just maybe one of my favorites, is 10 Things I Hate About You or 10 Reasons, something, with Heath Ledger and the girl.
Seth Rogen.
No, Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, all right. Okay.
The one where in the end they have like this, I love you, baby. So if you watch the movie, you should recognize the scene.
Okay.
But the thing is that, it doesn't give me the strong autumn atmosphere, but I think the best time to watch it would be autumn. And there are two more which I think better connected with autumn. It's You Got Mail. With
You Got Mail
Tom Hanks
and Meg Ryan.
Yeah, it was an old movie, I think.
And When Harry Met Sally, also with Meg Ryan, but
Meg
with
Ryan
Billy Crystal.
And Billy
Crystal,
exactly.
Yeah. Great movies to watch with your
the loved
cats.
ones. Let's cuddle time, extravaganza. Yeah.
Ayub, do you have any autumn recommendations, like in movies? Shows, anything?
To be honest with you, like when I hear this howling of the wind and sometimes it's rainy and this gloomy atmosphere, I think you should go for scary movies or thrillers. Scary movies or thrillers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It gives you a good feeling and with some hot chocolate stuff. I am that kind of person, so
like someone like there is a scene where somebody is murdering someone, like my favorite chocolate.
Exactly, yeah. Or maybe when there is like a very scary moment, you hear some blow of the wind like through your window, in real life.
And the crunch of your popcorn.
Oh, he's gonna die, and I know it.
I watched this movie 10 times.
Exactly.
It's my comfort movie.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. It's like you scare yourself. You go through that experiment.
All right.
That's all what I can recommend, or something romantic. You can say, romance is good in autumn. Yeah. So whether you do this or that, you scare yourself or you have some love.
Talking about popcorn and chocolate, do you have any favorite autumn foods? I know it's
soup.
this season of harvest. So
pumpkin soup works.
Nuts.
Why?
I don't know. It's my taste.
Well, I can eat nuts.
When I go outside, maybe it's something cultural from my country also, because we harvest such things and we put them to dry during the summer, and in the autumn they are ready to be eaten. So maybe that's why. But from the other side, it's about colors also, because when I go, for example, see all this atmosphere outside, this scenery and landscape, you don't see a lot of colors, first of all. You see this yellowish leaves and, decaying on the floor and the soil, all right? So I see, when I see nuts, I feel like they are compatible. This scenery is compatible with the colors of the nuts. Maybe this gives you the taste, Yeah.
For me, I guess since it's getting colder, but not that cold yet, it might be some glintwine. Glintwine, basically boiled wine with some spices.
Sangria.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we use
mulled
this
wine.
German
wine. Okay.
German word, glintwine.
That would, with
That's
the cinnamon sticks in it, and that would work.
I'm not a drinker, so
There
I
is
don't know
no
about
alcoholic
this.
wine. It actually tastes. I've recently tried it for the first time. It tastes amazing. In fact, it tastes better than the real wine. But it's not. But it's real wine. They take the real wine and they use a special process, one of 3 different processes, to just reduce to cut out the alcohol from it. So it's not stronger than any, I don't know,
cider.
No. It's not stronger than any, kefir, yogurt. There is still some percentage of alcohol, kvass. It's even probably less. There is even less alcohol than in these drinks. But yeah, it tastes amazing. So many people, there are non-alcoholic who prefer non-alcoholic drinks. So they just prefer this way of sangria with non-alcoholic wine. We should try it once.
Or
there are some places. Yeah. There are some places who sell it.
Do you have a special dish in Russia that is related to autumn?
I think courgettes. Since in August, there is even courgettes became a meme, a joke that in August everybody who has a country house, a dacha, they try to give all their courgettes to their relatives, to their friends, because they have too many of them. It's like an epidemic of courgettes, so they try to just get rid of them. So all people's houses in the beginning of autumn, they're filled with courgettes. So all the dishes could be based on it. Ragu, or you could even add it to any soup, or you could roast it, or anything.
Bake it, yeah.
I saw a lot of people giving courgette to the zoo.
You mean for charity?
For charity, yes. I have seen it. I have seen some trucks giving a lot of courgette to the zoo. Just recently, actually, I saw it.
Such nice people.
Yeah.
Also, speaking about Russian traditions and culture, some people follow the fasting calendar. The Russian Orthodox fasting. And autumn is the season when there is no fasting. It's called in Russian, it's called autumn meat eater.
So you mean Easter?
No. I mean, it's just the season which is free from fasting.
You can eat anything that you want.
You can eat anything you want.
Okay.
So you can eat any fruit, vegetables, meat. But not many people follow this calendar in the first place. But if somebody wanted to, if somebody was worried, no, in Russia you can eat anything.
We have this in my religion also. The Hijri calendar, we have 1 month which you are not allowed to fast.
Ramadan?
No, not. It's called the forbidden month. The forbidden month means you don't, even for example, you don't fast, okay? You don't do very bad things.
It's not like Ramadan in Turkey, right?
Ramadan is a different month. But Ramadan is the opposite. You
opposite
fast.
of it, yeah.
But in forbidden month, so in Arabic we say Muharram, which means forbidden. It's the translation, it's forbidden. So you don't fast, you don't do such things there. You practice your culture and religion, but for fasting, only fasting, you don't do it.
Don't do that. Okay.
And if you are in a country at war, you are not allowed to fight. Also. Yes.
That's smart.
It is. Yeah. Let's save the human power. Why not?
So, coming back to autumn and talking about the beauty of it, why do some people consider autumn beautiful?
Maybe they're melancholics. I don't know. Maybe.
I see it as beautiful.
Me too, yeah.
I like the colors.
I'm not into it that much, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, so don't tell me you don't like the crunch under your feet.
That is okay, but I don't know. I don't like the mood of melancholia, or
You don't have to. Actually, I think it's a stereotype in popular culture that autumn is the period of sadness, but it shouldn't be.
Oh yeah,
it's
also a season of love.
It came to me from Ayub through our common student. Our common student told me that Ayub had told him that the mood in autumn it's all a matter of perspective.
Yes, I told him this. Yeah, I told him.
Okay, good one. So if you feel festive, you can.
Some people drink beer in Germany.
Yeah.
Some people watch horror movies and they're like, popcorn. Yeah. So.
For me, it's more calming, actually, not melancholic. Calming.
Yeah, because there are less people. Then I
Yes,
think
uh-huh.
that might be a good thing
Which
for
is
many. Yeah.
I think it's a good thing.
There are no insects.
Yeah. No
Oh.
mosquitoes, no nothing.
Yeah.
No gnats. Yeah. The weather, well, before, the weather is not as hot,
Yeah.
but it's not that cold yet.
Not yet, but it's coming. It's coming.
And again, like crunch under your feet, and
Yeah.
the gold around. Actually, in Russia we have this phrase called Pushkin's autumn.
Pushkin's
Do you know
autumn.
Pushkin?
Yeah, the
The
autumn.
course,
Russian
yeah, Pushkin.
poet, the author. Yeah, like he's considered to be the creator of Russian literature language. So yeah, there is this phrase in the Pushkin's autumn, which is like the golden autumn. Because he described this period many times, oftentimes in his poems.
Yeah.
What about your cultures? Do you have any songs, any poems, paintings which describe autumn in its beauty?
Maybe we have, but I
I'm
have
just
no
trying to
knowledge
recall
about
it. The songs, the popular culture songs about like the colors of autumn, but I don't know the lyrics. And there are a couple of like novels. They're depicting the beauty of the mountains in the autumn time and everything. So, but personally, I haven't read them. I guess I don't know the lyrics of the songs, but we have the examples of the autumn appreciation in a way. Yeah.
I see.
I think it's all Frank Sinatra's fault partially because his song "Autumn Leaves" is
Autumn
a very sad
Leaves,
one. Like
yeah.
autumn
Leaves,
leaves. Yeah, it's melancholic. However, it shouldn't be this way.
Yeah.
And one more question: what are your plans for this autumn? Since we're only in the middle of autumn, I guess
Yeah.
you have something.
I'm
on your
gonna
mind.
have a vacation soon, and I have actually a plan. I was thinking about it for a long time. I want to roam and tour around Novosibirsk to some places which are hidden from the eyes. When I say this, for example, if you Google Novosibirsk, tourist attractions, you will see some buildings. But I discovered that there are some places which are not on the internet and
Hidden
which should
gems.
be showed.
Hidden
Yes.
gems.
Exactly, exactly. And I want to take pictures of such places. I want to write the address, maybe post on social media, Instagram or something like this, okay? So, and I want also to learn more about the history of such places because I saw some old buildings and I am really willing to do something. Because I was shy before, but I'm not going to be shy anymore. There are some really old buildings. Sometimes I see old people sitting outside. I want to ask about the history of that place. What happened here, for example, Because since I came to Russia, I was busy with work and stuff and do some other activities. But I forgot about the one of the purposes that I came here is that to discover more the history and culture about
You can write a book about your perspective.
with time, maybe, yeah. With time. I gave up writing maybe 2 years ago. I used to write poetry and stuff, but I don't have any inspiration now, to be honest.
Could you give any examples of one of the first landmarks on your destination?
My first landmarks.
Yeah, like for example, where do you plan to go first? Like any place you already plan to go?
So there was this place. It's on the eastern bank of Novosibirsk. Do you know there is a kind of a shopping mall called Amsterdam? Yeah. So I saw some buildings from there which are old. I was walking one day, I remember, and I want to start from there. Yeah. It's not exactly there, but behind it a bit, because I was taking a taxi and I was going to that place last summer, and I saw some old buildings, around there. Yeah.
And you want to share the beauty that you see there with people.
Yeah, and I think that autumn can give that beautiful scenery and stuff. And also I want to visit the forest.
Is it Zosky or which?
Yeah, that's one. I always mistake its name when I say it, so that's why I always wait for some person to say it to me.
It's just there.
Zasovsky, yes? Zayeltsovsky. Okay.
Because there is the river Yeltsovka, so it's behind Yeltsovka.
Zayeltsovsky. So I want to take some pictures there also during the autumn, because I haven't been there during the autumn before. I had been there during winter, during summer, but not autumn exactly. Not the exact autumn.
these are noble plans, if I may.
I want to change a bit, like some, because routine sometimes is not good, okay, go there, do this. For example,
you have to go to some places where you don't need to do anything.
Yeah, new hobbies, like something like this. So I think, by the way, autumn is always related to the end of something, For example, autumn years.
And the beginning of something new.
Yes, so there's an idiom that says autumn years. This person is at his autumn years, means the end of your... Like when you are old, you can speak about retirement, you can speak about your old age, using this idiom, but I believe that it is actually the start of something, personally speaking. Yeah, that's why, I don't know, I'm gonna do it.
Here's one more fact for you. During the 18th century, and I think before that, the New Year in Russia had been celebrated on the 1st of September. That was the beginning of the new year, 1st of September.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it was shifted to January a bit later. Okay, so what about your plans?
My plans. Actually, I have nothing in my mind like Ayub's, like exploring somewhere.
You can do it together.
You can join me,
But you're gonna get enough time I want.
I need a cameraman.
You need a cameraman. I would like to do that, but yeah, I'm gonna be working, so you're gonna have your off time. So next time, hopefully. But yeah, I'm preparing the winter time. So most of the time after my lessons, mostly I walk around. So I go to the central park. I go to the other park. I don't know the name. I can't pronounce the name, but other one with the squirrels in it. It's close to the Sibirsky Mall, just across
Narimsky Square?
Next to Sibirsky Mall.
Sibirsky Mall.
I forgot its name.
It's just
so
for the
you
record,
go to Marshala.
I'm not from around here, so I still make some places.
What was that?
Do you know metro station Marshala Poklishki?
Yeah.
So you go one.
I think I got it.
That park.
Yeah.
I walk from my
we have
place.
squirrels in parks of no
that's great.
They follow you also sometimes. They follow me.
So most probably I'll keep walking that distance or the central park until the winter really hits. So reading, watching and walking mostly. So that's gonna be my plans for the autumn.
Yeah.
But the next winter I'm just trying to project how the winter will be like. So since I've been here for 3 years, I feel like I've already got used to it. But it doesn't work in that way. Every year I start from the beginning. Oh, this is cold. So I need to readjust myself again to that thing. So
every year is a first year.
Yeah. So but I get used to it. Yeah. So what about you?
Pretty much the same. I'm going to I also enjoy walking, and I think maybe after this podcast we should discuss with Ayub when is he going to visit, and maybe I don't want to hold you up, but I think maybe we should discuss the moments when we still we can go to some places together.
We can plan
on some weekends or something.
Yeah, that will work.
And pretty much the same. I think autumn is the perfect time to consume content. For example, watching movies.
Binge it,
binge it, or listening to podcasts such as this Big Apple School
we
podcast.
Have 173 or 75, I guess. So we recommend people to just watch.
And by the moment you watch the 170th, you forget what happened in the first one, so you start watching it again.
You go around.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
I want to remind our listeners that there is something wrong to your right. There will always be. But don't mind that. Always keep on keeping on. And if you want to find out more about our Big Apple School, where we and other teachers can teach you English, and if you want to find out just generally more about us, visit our Big Apple School website, BigAppleSchool.com. And thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.
Goodbye. See you.
See you.
And the crunch of your popcorn.
Oh, he's gonna die. And I know it.
I watched this movie 10 times.
Exactly.
It's my comfort movie.
Yeah.